All right, well, it is another weekend. We're playing some Deep Rock Galactic today.
Like that! Rock and stone!
All right, so I hope you all are having a good one. I think it's pretty good out here. Johnny 5K, how's it going? Johnny's on D-Live, by the way. He's lonely over there. I don't know if he's lonely, but he is alone, generally. KNet, Ando, For Real, cool guy. How's it going? I was thinking about maybe playing some Gunner today with this Hurricane-guided rocket system. Yeah. All by himself. Yeah, Johnny's alone. You know, I posted on Twitter a while ago,
Deep dive selected.
a phenomena, like,
Quotas to meet.
when you see a couple in public, almost always, they're either both masked or both unmasked, right? They either wear, they both either wear a mask or both don't. I did see some cases of a woman masked and a man not. It was generally with black couples. That's just my own experience. I don't know why, but didn't see it with anyone else. Although, just the other day, like 2 days ago, I saw a white couple where the guy was masked and the girl wasn't. She didn't look happy. I don't know what she was not happy about, but she didn't look happy. And for some reason, I feel like I'm seeing a lot more masks than I did a couple weeks ago. Is anyone else seeing this? Is it coming back, or is it just that, you know, I have some sort of... either, like, I'm seeing some certain anomaly where I am at, or I've simply made an error in my pattern recognition, and I think I'm seeing more masks, but I'm actually not.
Let's get the job done.
People masking more? What's that? Oh, that's gold.
Stage 1.
Ando says he's seen less masks.
You can approach them however you want, so long as you complete them all. Management wishes you a safe and productive deep dive.
I mean, I've generally expected to see less masks, and I'd say, like, I'm seeing less masking now than I was a couple months ago, right? But I feel like I'm seeing more this week than I was last week. KNat says, for him it never went away. As in, everyone's still masking? Johnny 5K says, the same amount now than before?
I got the deposit.
For him.
I killed the loot bug, and I'm not so proud about it.
All right, Bosco, dig a hole there.
Line it.
Mr. Gladius, how's it going? Babushka says his liberal university is removing the mask mandates for spring quarter. I know I saw on the news something about TSA has extended the mask mandate on planes until April 18th. So, you know, just over a month away. We don't know if they'll... I mean, they could always extend it again and again and again and again. But, you know, the airport situation is so weird. I know a lot of my viewers, especially the viewers who watch my video game streams, are a little bit younger, right? And maybe a little bit less traveled. But most young people, whoa, Glyphid Menace.
They're here.
It's very interesting to see how different the airports are now than, I don't know, years ago, I guess. Not only do you have all the mask mandate stuff, but flying before 9/11 and after 9/11 is, like, qualitatively different. Oh, it's regenerating bugs. Okay. Good thing I killed that. Let's kill this oppressor. Whoa! This is only a regular deep dive, not an elite deep dive, so.
I'm doing my part.
Get out of here, bug.
Get to cover.
Woo! How's this cave look? A little odd. I'll go through the
Good news, Chief.
cloud
The
here.
wave is thinning out.
Oh, that's the hole. I was wondering what I thought I saw something through a hole.
Fine.
Alright. Gladius says he's been doing great. He bought an Italian book about the Hellenic and Latin traditions and the cult of Xurious and honor. It's made by a pro-European man and also covers the Tradere concept, which I had talked about in another stream. Spitballer.
Fire here.
Go kill that for me, Bosco. Oh, there's a hole here too.
Molly, come here.
Yeah, well, gosh, the difference between airports now and airports pre 9/11 and just flying in general,
Objective completed. All eggs collected.
it's two totally different experiences. And you can definitely see, see a difference in airport design since pre 9/11 and post 9/11, right? So, like, airports that were designed pre 9/11, a lot of times what you'll see is there'll be the security checkpoint or whatever,
Go. Get to
and then they have the mall. You know, they'll have places to eat and shopping, you know, the stuff that you'd need for planes or traveling or just stuff. And originally it was designed such that, like, your family would come see you off, they would go through security with you, they'd go to the mall, they'd make purchases, they were sort of a captive audience for all of the retailers and whatnot there. And now those malls kind of got screwed over because it's like people who were planning to do retail sales were planning to sell to travelers and travelers' families, but now only travelers are allowed beyond the security checkpoints, right? You actually have to be a ticketed passenger or like an employee of the airlines or something, just to get through security.
Give me some
Okay, I need to see what's up there. Where am I going? Okay, am I going there? All right. Oh god, there's the Morkite. But yeah, the whole masking situation, I just feel like, just when I think it's about over, you know, I'm just seeing all these masks still. A lot more than I'm expecting. And I remember looking at YouTube. There's I remember seeing a YouTube video of, it's like, you know, some Gordon Ramsay video, right? Clip of him in the kitchen cooking on Hell's Kitchen or whatever with the contestants. And I remember seeing in the comments these people who were basically saying that they were kids in, I don't know, elementary school or middle school or something. And it was so surprising for them to see people, especially in a kitchen, not wearing a mask, right? And, you know, one said something like, oh gosh, you know, seeing these videos of people not wearing masks, it's giving me a panic attack, or it makes me feel anxious. Which is scary, right? Isn't it a little scary to you guys to think that there are children who are anxious when they see an unmasked human face? Have you guys seen on Twitter, like, children will do self-portraits for school, they'll be told to do a self-portrait for their project, and then they come in with a portrait of themselves that's masked? Now, some of those images that you see shared, I think the mask may have been part of the project, but I think there are times when children are just told to do a self-portrait, and they're coming in with images of themselves masked. And, like, in their mind's eye, their face, like, doesn't include all of the features we would associate with a human face. And this masking is just going on so long, right? Remember the whole, everyone jokes about it, the 2 weeks to stop the spread or whatever. But, you know, we're gonna be, I think what we're gonna have is like 2, 3, maybe more years of masking for a lot of these kids. And if the masking started when they were 3, right? And there's still masking and stuff going on when they're 6. You know, it's like, these are some pretty formative years, don't you think? I mean, is this going to have any effects on the way they socialize, mating preferences, ability to read emotions on people's faces? I mean, one of the things we see, like, with anything you want to learn, like, let's say you want to learn a language. Big part of learning a language, probably the biggest part, is just lots and lots and lots of language input, right? So, constantly hearing it, constantly seeing it, constantly being exposed to it. Well, what about body language, right? And the body language as it applies to the face. Raising of eyebrows, the smiling, the difference between a smile and a grimace, right? Both of which are baring your teeth, but are entirely different. If body language is like real language, and a big part of what matters is constant, significant input all the time, that's what helps you learn it. And a lot of these kids are getting less input, especially in formative years. I mean, is this going to hurt them in the long run? You know? And someone will say, well, it's still worth it, right? They'll, supporter of the masks or whatever, they'll say, like, it's worth it for X, Y, or Z, but it's like, yeah, but we're not even having that conversation, are we? Is anyone really talking about this? When the mandates were put in place, was this the cost-benefit that it was actually analyzed? Because I'm pretty certain it wasn't. Okay. I think I'm lost in this room. This isn't the last room, is it? It could be the last room when I just missed a bunch of Morkite. Johnny 5K says, bad times for European flight companies. First, COVID, now no flights over Russia. Yeah. Mr. Gladius says, these changes about airports remind me that our lifestyle is changing one crisis at a time. Yes, every crisis is
Just take
clearly
your sweet time, old
the
buddy.
excuse for the
One
major
final
change
time.
that some people might want, right? Someone said something like that to me recently, too. Came to the conclusion that our lives are being... that the government is sort of acting one crisis at a time. And, I mean, it would hard to argue with. It would be hard to argue that that's not happening. One could argue that, you know, they could argue in favor of some of the changes, but it would be hard to argue that
With the minerals,
that's not the method that changes are happening. Like, large sweeping changes during each crisis. 9/11 changed a lot. Patriot Act and all sorts of stuff. The way we traveled. Then you had, like, 2008 crash. You just look at... we could probably analyze this by just, like, the number of pages or the number of words in bills that get passed during these years, right? Like, you start to define high-impact years and low-impact years based off of, like, the crises that are happening, and then you compare that to the number of words passed in bills during those years and off of those years. I think that sort of analysis would speak to or dissuade from the idea that our lives are being ruled by crisis. That being said, it doesn't, like, I think we can all agree that some words are more impactful to our lives, right? Like, not every bill is the same. Like a 1,000-word bill and a different 1,000-word bill might have different effects in terms of which is more significant to how it changes your lives. So, Babushka says these kids, some kids, are going to be psychologically damaged. A generation of people who struggle to read facial cues. Babushka says hopefully some of this is innate in terms of, like, face reading, and the damage can be mitigated. Well, I think it's almost assuredly partially innate, right? Like, we have brain structures dedicated to, like, recognizing faces. That being said, it's like probably on some level still sort of like a muscle, you know. It's like, yes, you have the structure, but you need to work that structure, right? You have biceps, but let me tell you, someone who sits around and doesn't use them is not going to have the strength of biceps compared to someone who does, right? So I think it's like a muscle, probably. I think most things tend to be like a muscle when it comes to, like, a skill, an ability. Can I just walk? Probably can just walk. Spencer, how's it going? Good to see you. Mr. Gladius says, ultimately, we have to remove the masks, right? If we don't, like, once we remove the masks, we can start to deal with these issues and sort of quantify where we're at. But as long as we're continuing the mask, not only could things be getting worse, we just don't even know what's happening, really. Look at that loot bug. How did it survive this whole mission? That's wild. But yeah, the masking thing, man. You know, I think that's going to be one of the hidden things that we probably don't talk about for a while. You know, I always remember
The mule has docked, initiating launch sequence.
Japan has had masking
Good job.
for decades, right?
Now.
You know, masking in public. Normally, when someone gets sick, they'll mask themselves. And it's a highly dense country, right? It sort of makes sense. Japan has like 120 million people or something, so a huge population. Japan is, I think, like the size of California, but 90% is like super mountainous and doesn't have anything built on it. So it's like 10% of their land is really, like, really good for construction. So it's a very dense place. So it sort of makes sense that, like, okay, well, you're starting to feel ill, so you're gonna mask, right? And I always thought that was kind of cool, in a way. I always thought, like, okay, it shows, like, a respect for those around you, taking responsibility, that sort of thing. But,
Took out a loot box.
what I'm seeing here today is not that. I'm not...
And team, don't end up Clifford Chow now, yeah?
I'm not seeing in the West that sort of same... I'm seeing something much more neurotic, right, in the modern day. In the West. It is much, much, much more neurotic. And I think I posted something like that on Twitter, basically saying to the effect that
Your own fault for being full of good.
this whole... The idea of a pandemic itself has allowed people to engage their neurotic side of their personality in ways that they've never been able to do before, right? There's
I need the mule right.
neurotic types and hypochondriacs and all germaphobes and all sorts of people who have been able to sort of like really like breathe deep their own poison and really just justify some of their less healthy perspectives and behaviors. And it's really, oh man, I'm not feeling good about some of this stuff. Spencer says, I know some people who have speech impediments and they have trouble reading people. Yeah, well, and, God. Imagine, I mean, let's say you're driving through a bad neighborhood and you're gonna stop somewhere for lunch. Like, imagine a, what's it called? Like a fast food place. And then there's a person in a mask behind bulletproof glass. And it's just muffled nonsense. Muffled nonsense. Oh, God. That was a big fall. Was not looking for that hole in the ground. Get out of here, you.
Shield. Seek cover.
Spencer? Spencer's birthday is Monday. Well, happy early birthday. I mean, I don't stream on Monday, so I won't sue you. Not that you might be busy on Monday. But, I hope you have a good birthday. Oh, no. Elites. This is a... So this mission has elites. You see, this guy moves faster than normal. Oh, God. Okay, now I'm dead. I jumped in that same hole. Well, it's okay. I got some revives. Bosco's picking me up. Like a good robot.
Thanks, Bosco.
Thanks, Bosco.
Explosive.
You got any special plans for your birthday, Spencer? I know, so tomorrow, guys, remember,
Okay, come here.
tomorrow is the Pokemon Go Sandshrew Community Day. Well, luckily we're not in Germany, Patricius.
Bugs in mine. Dwarf life
Oh, in Italy too, huh? Hmm. Okay. Where is this thing? Oh, it's around the corner. Around this thing. I gotta navigate this without dying. Oh! Bosco! Save me! Look at this little stump it put me on. Okay.
Zip line ready.
So I'm going to shoot this. Just a regular Glyphid Dreadnought. Same birthday as Lana from Red Ice. Oh, wow. Huh. Yeah. Interesting.
Stand back. Supply pod inbound.
Good job so far, Bosco.
Come on, guys. Rock and stone.
Look at him. It's adorable.
For Carl. Resupply arrived. Go restock. I'm taking some of the ammo.
Johnny
Never felt better.
5K says City Skylines is free at the Epic Store with 3 DLCs. Oh, I already have City Skylines, but I don't have any DLCs, so I could go get it on the Epic Store. Oh, here's the boss in this hole.
I need support.
He's digging through the rock. Oh my gosh, don't go in there. Oh, the Cave Angel got a little hit. This hole is plenty big to come through, don't you think? You don't need to keep digging. Look at him. Look at this giant hole he's dug.
Eat it.
KNAT says he had to ask someone at the bank 6 times to repeat themselves. Oh, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. I like it when you have to ask someone to repeat themselves multiple times and they get increasingly annoyed, but they don't, like, it's still hard to tell what they're saying. And it's also, my second favorite is when you didn't hear what they said, so you ask them to repeat themselves, but instead of repeating themselves, they explain like what they were saying as if you couldn't understand it, right? You know, if they say, drive through to the next window, and you say, what? Then they say, like, take your car, put it in drive, move it forward to the next window. It's like, I was asking what you said, not what you meant. I wasn't sure what the words were, not what the words meant. Jeez. He is right on top of me. So many of those little jerks. I'll take another resupply now. I hate... Honestly, I've never liked the Dreadnought missions. I don't like doing them solo. I don't like doing them with people. I don't like the Dreadnoughts. They're such an awkward, in my mind, unfun thing to fight. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. Ando says Gaben's botnet is at least an American botnet. So he's talking about that compared to the Epic Game Store. Which is what, Chinese? Alright, you're done. You're done, son.
We finally got it.
Yes, we finally got it.
Rock and stone. Rock solid.
Mr. Gladius says, Embargo has a soft spot for cute things like Pokemon and Bosco.
Molly was meant for hauling what I mind. Stone to the bone.
I love Bosco. Well, this is where you could get into... Well, I could probably bring it up. One second. Gotta tab out. But this is the right window? Okay, boom. I gotta make sure I can share this. 4chan. Oh gosh, where is this? I'm having trouble finding it. No, that's not it. Huh. Huh. Well, like, maybe I'll find it later. Find it in a little bit. Ando says, don't sell your soul to the Chinese botnet. So that would be Epic Games. Johnny 5K says he doesn't buy games anymore, he just takes them for free. Yeah, that's how so I do have an Epic Games account somewhere. I think I need to recover the information. But I only ever played anything for free on there. I think I played A Way Out on stream with American Krogan, right? You can find the whole playlist on the channel where we played that. It's, oh my gosh, another elite.
Attack here.
There's a bunch of loot bugs in this room. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. But yeah, so the way this gun works, you can see it sort of follows the cursor, right? It's a rocket. So it's like a rapid-fire version of the Half-Life 2 rocket launcher, right? Okay. I probably should have looked at where I was going before I did this. I gotta go up, right? It's all good, it's all good. We got it. Oh yeah, I forgot. Nero says, can you pause this game? Yes. So you see the mission time isn't moving. If you're playing solo, like what I am, it can be paused. If you're playing with other people, it can't be paused. And it has to keep going. Now, I'm on a deep dive, which is 3 parts, right? You do 3 missions in a row. This is, if you look in the upper right-hand corner there, it says Stage 2. So you can pause between stages, even in a group. You can just tell everyone, oh, don't start the next stage. I'm going to the bathroom. But, ultimately, when you're playing solo, you can pause whenever you want. Gosh, they're really digging. You can see there. That's them digging. Oh. They're almost into the room. Yeah. There they are. Get out of here, you. Back to hell, beast. Okay. Is that the last one? Okay, it is. Now, where's the boss? Oh! Perfect. This is what I wanted. I wanted to jump into this hole and nearly die. Oh, can I reach this?
Here I come.
Oh, God. Please. Oh, that was stupid. Bosco, go shoot this guy.
Bosco!
Why are you not doing anything, Bosco? Can't do this alone. Boom, boom, boom. Uh-oh. Oh! I went into the other hole.
Access provided.
This is probably going to be a bad idea. Okay, let's throw that. Oh, come on. The timing. The timing. Oh, now he's digging again. Stop putting holes in my arena floor. So, Spencer says that Tencent is moving out of China. To where?
Shield ready again.
And what does that really mean? Moving out of China. I'm not saying I don't believe you, but I am saying that I don't believe necessarily what Tencent would say, right? Alright, let me see if I can get behind him with my pistol. Oh yeah, just missing all the shots. Out of ammo. Where is the resupply? Okay, here it is.
Getting more ammo.
Bosco, why don't you rocket him?
Rocket here, Bosco.
And oh, I wasted the second rocket, but that's fine. There's the Sentinel, one of them. God, this floor is getting all beat up. Where is it?
Shield charged and ready.
So it's the third Sentinel is in the ground over here. And we have to kill that third Sentinel before the boss can be killed. So it spawned the ad in the wrong room. I didn't know you could stand on these flowers. Oh! Alright. Boss? Oh! Did you see that? The grenade got stuck to his fireball. Uh-oh. I almost fell in the hole that little thing made. Speaking of holes.
Support fire, please.
Oh my god. Okay.
Shield placed. Ammo.
Come on. Turn around. Why are you in my thing? Just walk out. Oh god.
Dreadnought wiped out.
There we go.
Good work, team. Objective completed.
Light up.
I will refill the ammo and go do the black box.
Ready to kill some more crates.
Spencer says he thinks Tencent is going to be out of South America now. Or soon. I mean, I believe it when I'll believe it when I see it, but even if they move some of their operations out of the country, that doesn't necessarily mean their loyalties change. That doesn't necessarily mean, you know, there won't be cooperation between them and the Chinese government. And I mean, you gotta think like, okay, which country in South America are they going to? One that is increasing their ties with China?
I've got a zip line ready here.
Here's the black box. How's it going, Pika? Oh god, there's another elite here.
Fire in the hole.
There's two elites here. Okay, Ooh. Okay. That one died to the missiles pretty quick.
Here, get into cover.
Where's the other elite? Oh, there it is. Yeah, this gun definitely has some real firepower. How am I doing on Nitra? Not super great, but not bad at all.
Come here.
Nero says the taxes in South America are crazy. Must be some small tax-free haven. And it could be that they're taking advantage of some sort of tax scheme.
Tin Can is surely hungry today.
Especially if they're like moving their, like they're moving their HQ there, quote unquote, but you know, nothing really changes. I mean, you've definitely seen that sort of thing happen a lot, you know. I mean, a lot of financial companies and stuff have that are in the United States have their HQ in the U.S. Virgin Islands, right? That's where the taxes are good. That's where you don't get much taken away from you. That's where, you know, it's like, yeah, sure, maybe most of your employees are in Connecticut, but, you know, you're not paying that. You're not going to pay that Connecticut tax bill, right? You can go pay the U.S. Virgin Island tax bill.
25% completed. Almost there.
I think I jumped out for a second.
You need to stay inside the triangulation zone. Get back in there.
Mr. Gladius says he recently re-watched some of the Modern Warfare games. Uh-oh. Get out of here, you. Let's just throw this down. Nearly done with this,
Objective completed. Data successfully retrieved.
The, Mr. Gladius says the anti-Russian narrative was strong in the Modern Warfare games. Add the movies, it's impressive the amount of provocation against the Russians. Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, I always remember, some amount of sort of anti-Russian sentiment often associated with, the boomers, sort of railing on the Soviets and communism. And, you know, of course, Russia no longer communist. So I was just sort of like, well, you know, whatever. And I kind of thought it was dying down, you know, like we were going to be done talking about the Russia thing. Russia was just sort of a more neutral thing somewhere else in the world, whatever, whatever. It's just another country. And then 2016 election happened, right? Oh, God, come on. Get me on there. 2016 election. And instead of those sort of right-wing anti-communist boomers that I was thinking of, it became the, like, the dumb, liberal sort of, like, oh, well, you know, everyone who disagrees with me is a Russian bot sort of thing, right? Very odd how the whole anti-Russian sentiment comes back over and over. Whoa! See how I got bounced there? Do you see how I'm having trouble getting my way down? Okay, I got down. Get out of here, you. And you. There's two elites on me here. Okay, let's just do that. Throw a couple of those. Boom.
Nice work, once again. Diving to the next stage. The mule is secured. Initiating launch sequence. Deep Rock Galactic thanks you for your good work.
Spencer says, from what I've seen, it would make 10 cent basically impossible for them to do anything that they normally do in China. So, Spencer's saying that the Epic Games situation is changing so significantly that rather being a China-based company, they're going to be a South America-based company. And they're going to be sort of outside the Chinese system, outside the Chinese firewall, and they will probably have no special privileges working in China. It'll be just as hard for them to work in China as it is for Steam and everyone else. Possibly harder, because there could be some hurt feelings of betrayal, so to speak. But, I like, maybe. I'd have to see. You know, it's like, I'll believe it when I see it, sort of thing. Mr. Gladius says there was that movie Hunter Killer, where the Yankees saved the Russian president from an inside gulp. Pretty funny in retrospective. Did I kill one Nero? I'd say the word, but you know. Apparently there's some problems with that. Okay, so Morkite, black box.
Third and final stage of the deep dive commencing. Standard drill team. Stay focused, work together, and you'll pull through. Let's get this thing wrapped up nice.
All right. When I get to these walls, I wish I was a driller. Luckily, thin wall. Very thin wall. Oh, good, these the bots. The bots are here. My favorite. So did you guys see on Twitter? I posted that Pokemon Go is going to shut down in Russia and Belarus, I believe, too. Like, you can't download the app in Russia or Belarus, and so they're saying that a complete shutdown is imminent. Like, there'll be no more Pokemon spawning in Russia. There'll be no more, like, no more Pokestops, you know? Oh, man. Spencer says the left doesn't like Russia because it's not communist anymore. That's certainly part of it, right? You know, it's like you went through the communist thing, you could have been great, but now you're like very white and very Christian, and that's bad, right? Sort of disdain. They have a disdain for Russia for those reasons. Well, and as we've seen with like some of the lefty YouTubers, BreadTube type. Oh gosh. You know, they are largely just shills for the establishment, you know, it's like big like if NATO says to say something, they say it. Okay, we're gonna go right at that thing. Order! Come on, you. No, don't go away. Don't go up. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to kill this. Did get close though. I did get some minerals. Could have done better.
Who's gonna protect you now, we crawlies?
Johnny 5K says no more McDonald's and Netflix for you Russians. How horrible. Yeah, exactly. It's like no McDonald's, no Netflix. All these Russians are really gonna be hurting without all their processed food and pedo bait on Netflix. I mean, is it even really a society anymore? When you can't have your pedophilic content and processed foods? You done with that, Bosco? Get that.
Let's get the minerals.
Gladius says the roles have been reversed. Now we're the commies. Yeah. We're definitely seeing a lot more of that. And we have been for a long time. Very... I mean, yeah, it's blackpilling. It's frustrating. You know, it's one of those things. Alright, you. There more Morkite in here? Dude, this biome is hard because things are glow... Like, so Morkite on the wall glows, but the walls already glow. Too steep. Get out of the way. Oh my gosh. Oh, see, there's some. And there's some. Any up here? Okay, none up here. Some over here, though, right?
Contact! Lock and load!
Cool, how's it going? Okay, I'm just gonna shield and fight here for a second. Damn it. It got pushed so far down. Boom. Hello. Oh, didn't see that ledge there. Babushka says his church, which is a mixture of Russians and Ukrainians, hasn't had any animosity along the divide, which he describes as relatively new, the Russian-Ukrainian divide. More Americans hate Russians than actual Ukrainians, in my experience. Well, I mean, you know, we gotta do what's told to us on the TV. And if the TV says hate Russians, then we're gonna hate the Russians. How do you like that? Just one rocket. Not on that, though. Those are more armored. Okay, I'm out of everything, basically, but I'd like to call the resupply in the next room, not in this room. Nero says, so far the only ones to condemn Russia and still provide service is Blender. As in, like, 3D modeling? Blender? Ooh.
Time to pay Molly a visit.
Okay, I'm done on Nitra. I don't need any more Nitra. KNAT says, what do we need to do to get Netflix removed from our societies? I don't know. Well, I think someone said something like, someone had posted on Twitter something to the effect of like, once Russia had been banned from Netflix and stuff, they were suggesting that a lot of countries might benefit from attacking Ukraine. Like, oh wow. You can get removed from all these harmful systems by attacking Ukraine. Alright, boys. Suit up. We're attacking Ukraine. Uh-oh. Whew. God, these caverns.
Damn flares could need an upgrade.
No, I don't have any flares on me. Well, I mean, they recharge. Just in the lower right. Down here. There's 4 flare slots, and they just slowly recharge. My gosh. There no more kite in this room?
Supply pod requisitioned. Launching now.
Johnny 5K on DLive says that he thinks Russia is making piracy legal, free programs for all. Well, and I mean, that makes sense. It's like, now piracy is already big in Russia, right? That's just part of it. But, you know, the culture is very permissive of piracy. But, it makes sense, like, if people are going to be held out of even purchasing these things, why would the Russian government enforce any of those rules anymore? Just like, okay. Microsoft, you know, Apple, Microsoft, someone's not going to sell you their software? Just pirate it. I mean, why would the Russian government enforce those laws anymore anyway? I mean... Babushka says the tech sanctions are have been interesting. It seems like Russia will have to build its own internet, similar to China. Yeah, I don't know much about how the infrastructure for the internet in China. It would be interesting to learn more about, honestly.
Come here.
That being said, what's the population of Russia? And how spread out are people? Alright. Spencer says Russia's removing copyright laws. Copyright laws? or like
Run for cover!
intellectual property software laws.
Just take your sweet time, old
Drath said, "Did you see Xurious put out a new song?" No, I didn't see that. I'll have to look it up. How is it? Good? Fantastic? Somewhere between good and fantastic? Second Hat says, "In Denmark, we don't mask, and we haven't for months. We're already grappling with the next crisis. Or we're already gripped by the next crisis." Yeah. And I asked because I feel like I'm seeing more masks this week than I did, like, in the previous weeks. I don't know why I'm seeing so many masks near me. And I did see just the other day, so I mentioned before on Twitter that, you know, you'd almost always see, like, if a man and woman are together, they're either both masked or neither are.
50%.
But I did see some couples where just the woman was masked, and those were mostly black couples. But I did see just last week or something where the woman wasn't masked, but the man was. And I don't know what she was angry about, but she didn't look happy. Nero says Russia population is about 150 million.
Just a
Yeah.
month longer, 75%.
Making your own internet for a smaller group of people. I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what Russia does. They say that necessity is the mother of invention, right? So we might, you know, in an effort to grapple with some of these problems as being experienced by Russia, the Russian government and the Russian people,
Mission completed.
they might find some pretty clever workarounds and ways to do things. Well, and any service that provides VPNs to Russians, they could make bank, but obviously if you're providing VPNs to Russians,
Go fetch.
you might put yourself in a position where you are targeted for all of the same reasons Russians could be targeted. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are gonna maybe get in trouble.
You carry a load well, Molly.
Alright. And
Mine.
I think we're gonna need a couple things here. Okay, we have everything we need right in this room.
Molly.
I think this is the last room anyway.
Here.
Alex, who are you talking to, Alex? Alex says when a mommy and daddy love each other very much. Oh. Are we about to have the talk, Alex? Is this the birds and the bees?
We got a hell of a blip heading your way, team. Get ready.
Did you just assume mommy and daddy's gender?
Light it up.
Swarm. I repeat, swarm.
How am I doing? Okay, I need 5 more kites. What are you? Don't light it up. Mine it.
Get behind
Okay.
something.
Quick!
Objective completed.
Call the drop pod.
Quota met.
Get the hell out of here.
All objectives completed. Hit the button on the mule when you're ready, and we'll pick you up.
Victorian says, in high school I had 2 friends from Russia, 2 from Ukraine, and 1 from Uzbekistan. Interestingly enough, when they were asked where they were from, they would usually just say Russia. Oh, really? I always remember one of the kids I went to school with was from, I think I was an exchange student, I think. Okay, I'm not sure. But I do know he was from Belarus. And he never said Russia. He always said Belarus. You know, what was interesting is when the talk of Russian war first started
Hang in there. The wave is almost dealt with.
in the media, you had the same articles they always post, which is a little bit more anti-war, right? They had a little bit more anti-warish tone to the articles at first in the mainstream media. They came out with those articles that said, oh gosh, it's going to go straight up the wall. Those articles that said something to the effect of, in polling, the Americans that are most enthusiastic about going to war with Ukraine are the ones who can't find Ukraine on the map, right? Everyone remember seeing that? Oh, God. Jeez. Okay. Gonna go this way. And then up there. This is a hell of a room. Get away from me. Is there any bugs? Wait. Flyers? They could knock me down off of this? Oh, this thing? See, when I'm up on a perch like this, the only thing that's really going to hurt me is flyers. Something that can knock me down. If you take damage while you're on that, you can get knocked down. Hey. Hey. There you go.
Retrieving escape pod.
Let's see here. But yeah, so the media was initially pushing the anti-war thing that they always push, the idea that like Americans are stupid, can't find stuff on a map. Those are the people who want to get involved with international affairs, right? But then they stopped printing articles on that really quick once it became obvious that that's not the line they're supposed to take. Let's see here. Nero says profiling is racist and anti-Semitic. Oh wait, they're Russians. Never mind. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Drath says, what class do you prefer to play in DRG? I've been playing mostly, and we can... The class that I've played the most and enjoyed the most is generally Driller, right? So this is Gunner. This is my least played class. If we come to the thing here, it's like... Yeah, so my Driller is the most promoted class by far. Oops.
Just call me the drill dozer.
Generally with the cryo. In fact, I have him here. See? There's me. I'm the Driller. How's it going, guys? You do see me, right? Oh. Hey, guys. It's me, the Driller, in Deep Rock Galactic. Rockin' stone dudes. That's his favorite thing to say. Rockin' stone dudes. Just like in the video game, Deep Rock Galactic. Nero says his parents are 3 trans women and an Amazon AI. Well, that's something right there. That's what do they say? Courageous and outstanding? What did they say again? Oh, I forget. Second Hat says, are people in here favor of Icelandic eugenics, where they abort babies with a high risk of Down syndrome? Apparently it works wonders, and there's virtually no new cases of Down syndrome there. Huh. Well, it's an interesting question. One that's very difficult to tackle, right? I mean, we have to... Modern medicine has allowed us to make sure that a lot of people live who historically wouldn't. Largely, to some degree, because, like, there are a lot of people today who have mutations that would have made them unviable in the past, but are now viable today. And we do have the building up... Oh, Stunning and Brave, yeah. You have the building up of mutational load across the generations. And that building up of mutational load could become so significant that it really, really overwhelms whatever healthcare system we're able to create, to the point where we experience a significant collapse and massive die-off of significant parts of the population. So I understand the people who say that that sort of thing in Iceland is terrible, and they don't like the idea of people being selected against in the womb and aborted for their genetic makeup. But I also... I think a lot of those people don't even bother to think about the long-term consequences of that behavior. They're just like, hey, listen, it's bad, we're not doing it. Nero says they should let you customize your room in this game. Well, there, I can. See, look, let me bring... Okay, come on. Oh, jeez. Oh. Let me just go around this then. Boom! Customized. Got my own barrel. Come on, you. Stand in the corner like a good barrel. Okay, that's fine. Ta-da! Alex says that Putin needs to get laid. Okay. What? Let's see here. Babushka says, is it eugenics if the DS kids, Down syndrome kids, don't have offspring? Well, do they not? I mean, you're seeing... Have you seen those videos? Oh, gosh. Okay, let's bring this up. Let's bring some of this stuff up here if I can. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find it. TikTok, woman, baby, mutation? What's that one woman who has significant developmental genetic problems? Oh, here we go. Let's bring up... Okay, let's... TikTok. Disorder. Properties. Bring up this. So you've seen this lady in the TikToks, right? You know, she's saying these haters are saying I have significant genetic disorders and shouldn't be procreating, but then I prove them wrong, right? So you have these people. I mean, you have an increasingly large group of people who have genetic abnormalities. You have mutational load, and they, you know, the politics of the day is that, you know, you're a real bigot if you tell them not to have kids, right? Now, this does come to an eventual conclusion. Let me Google this before I show it. Let's see here. There was something about like an armless woman who had a baby that was also armless, right? I'm not sure where that is. But, you know, like, if a significant enough population has significant mutational load, there can be big consequences there. And you see mutational load is building up just in general. Like, women who have kids at 30 have like 8 times the mutational load in their children than women who have kids at 20, right? So after a couple generations, you're already dealing with like dozens of times higher of mutational load within the offspring than you're expecting in a previous age where average age of motherhood was closer to 20. Okay, I'm falling behind on the chat here. Patricius brings up sterilization. Yeah, but then the problem is like problems that are more in your face, more easily seen. Like, if you prevent a person from being born, it, I think, in some ways will get less outrage than if you sterilize a person that everyone can meet and they can go on Oprah and talk about what was done to them. Yeah.
Leave no dwarf behind.
Grathis says, do you think Rock and Stone is meant to be a homage to certain catch phrases used by our guys? I don't.
Rock on!
Nero says, which one? I think Drath is suggesting Blood and Soil, but I don't think it's...
Rock and roll!
Second Hat says, cousin incest gets really bad after a generation or two. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think what it is, where you want, like, the closest related you'd want a married couple to be is, like, third cousins. Maybe second cousins. I don't know about second cousins. But if they are second cousins, they definitely can't be double cousins. Everyone knows how double cousins work, right? Patricia says that means what I suggested is killing is more okay than mutilation. Well, it's not about what's okay, it's about what you can get away with, right? Do you see what and I'm not meaning that to be like mean or extreme or whatever. It's just like there is a difference between the seen and the unseen, right? The seen and the unseen. And people are much more willing to fight against that which they can see than that which they can't. Woo! You know, it's one of those things. All right, let's see. What time is it? Okay. Well, we could start on my thing here. What is this? And what's the beer currently? I'll show you guys some of these beers too. So here's the bar. This is not Bosco, but it is, you know, it's a Bosco-like machine, and it has these beer kegs going to it. So it has, okay, we need what's that one? Flintlock. So he uses his arms as taps here. So this is Flintlock's Delight. It's got a, well, you can see. Oh, I can't hardly see it as much anymore. But it's got the Flintlock pistol for the thing. Now, what you'd combine this with is Wormhole Special.
Wormhole Special, please.
Each beer has its own sort of foam art that this guy makes, I think. Well, they don't all have art, but the foam is different on each, and then the mug is different on each. So this makes you explode and fly around, and this one sends you out into space and freezes you. And if you drink them really fast together, you can get a fun effect. So, boom. Oh yeah, so there is art on this one. So as you can see, it's popping me around. Whoa!
Where am I?
What? It sent me just into the drop pod. Wow. I've never seen that. It normally... Oh!
Wait, what just happened?
And I'm back over here. Okay, so here you have Leaf Lover Special. Remember, we're all dwarves. Leaf Lover would be an elf. So it says, you know, best organic beer in space. Handcrafted beer made with passion. Made with the finest natural ingredients. God, I hate reading upside down. Also, I need my glasses on. Brewed on the original recipe. Leaf Lovers is on this chart entirely to please management. It'll kill your buzz faster than a pay cut and leave you with an empty feeling in your gut.
One leaf lover, and can I get it thin with some water?
So you can see, like, a lot of the other cups are very, the mugs are manly, they're steel, they're wood, their handles are made out of guns. This is, much... It just sobers you up. That's what this is good for. But he asked it thinned with water, you know, and it's this idea, like, it's almost supposed to be embarrassing when you order it, right? Like, oh, you know, I need some water added to my beer. Babushka... Yeah, I mean, that's true. Babushka brought up the fact that in the Arabic slave trade, they would castrate the men. So there, you don't see the same grievance politics in the Arab world as you do in the white world, because, you know, white people kind of felt that we should be fruitful and multiply, but the slaves should also be fruitful and multiply and make families, and right. Let's see if I can do that again. I'm gonna try the flintlock with the wormhole special.
Feeling adventurous today? Give me a wormhole special.
Alright. Let's see if it actually sends me in space, or is it gonna send me back in the drop pod. It could send me to the drop pod just because I've started the mission or whatever.
Get in my gut.
Whoa. Okay, wormhole special sends me to space. And now I'm frozen. So in third person, I'm just flying through space because it's been blasting me. This is Hoxie's, by the way, this giant rock that I'm about to hit. What? I got all the way into the planet.
This is so weird.
Wow. But yeah, let's see. So here are some of the wormhole special mugs. I need the leaf lovers again.
Can I have a leaf lover special?
You can see he's whispering it. You know, can I have a leaf lovers? Doesn't want the other guys to know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can tip them too. Check this out.
This is for you, Lloyd. Lloyd, you're my kind of drone. I'm a sucker for the weed drawings in the foam. You're worth your weight in gold.
This has more animations too.
Don't spend it all at once. Easily the best beer I've had since coming out here. Well served, well deserved.
Let's see here. Let's take a look at some of these other ones too. Burning Love.
Burning love.
Ooh, look at that. Oh, a burning heart.
Yeah.
And then we can come dance.
Hidden gems my ass.
Oh my god, it's the Fortnite dance. God. Nero says, is the first gene survival or adding to the... I mean, I don't think most of us face that dilemma. You know what I'm saying, Nero? Like, I could answer the question, but I think most of us aren't in a position where it's either miscegenate or die alone, right? Mr. Gladius says, dance. Yes, this is dancing. Or Fortnite dancing. This is how the kids do it. Look at me go! Let's take a look at some of these other ones. Mactera Brew? I don't remember what this does.
Mactera brew, please.
Mactera's fly? Oh. This has flies on it. Right? Yeah, that's a fly. Yeah, there's flies on this. And it's green, like Mactera's.
Yes.
Oh. Oh. Wow. When I did that, the cup got blasted away.
That smell? All right.
Well, that was fun. God.
Could I get a Leaf Lovers special? Rock and Stone, yeah!
Wow. Alright. Let's do this mission. Okay, I'm ready for these masks to go away. I'm not impressed with the fact that I still see some masks around. Like, alright everybody, update your programming. Get out your Ukrainian flags or whatever the government, whatever the media told you to do. But we can put the masks away, right? TSA extending the mask mandate on airlines till the 18th of next month. I'm hoping it'll lapse at that point. I'm hoping we can be done after April 18th.
If we survive, next round is on me.
Nero says, depends where you live. Oh!
This is a salvage mission. Crew lost their
Most
mules,
options
but
are non-white for him.
lives in this cave.
Well, I mean,
Find the repair
leave,
lost mules, get
right?
the drop
I
pod
mean,
operational,
I know.
return to base.
I know, right?
Expect heavy infestation and try not to mess it up like your former colleagues.
But leave. That's my suggestion. I mean, if most options are non-white, aren't you already thinking about leaving? Wouldn't you like to be around us? Huh? Boom. Got it. Patricia says, in Germany, there is a looming threat of a general max mandate. Second Hat says, masks are a social signifier and have been for years. He says that he bets... Uh-oh. There's a lot of stuff here. He bets you'll see American liberals still wear them for years. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I don't doubt it. Doesn't mean I'm happy about it, but I don't doubt it.
It's a mystery to me how all these minerals fit inside.
I mean, Nero, if you're interested, I did make a video that got banned off YouTube against the topic you're suggesting, right? It's on BitChute. Oh, it's one of these. For a second, I thought that this was Morkite. but we don't have the Morkite mission. Oh, Bosco, get that. Oh, wait. Oh, I got it. I got the flea.
Exterminator at work.
Is there any fleas back in the first room? What's that? Oh, one of those. All right. Bosco, go ahead and get that one.
Fire, please.
Big annoying room.
Bring the pain.
Mr. Gladius says that he had to be poked by so many needles by both COVID and chemo that he looks drug addicted. Oh, that's a bummer. Not a fan of the needles, personally.
Where do all these minerals go?
Well, at the end of the day, I'm glad you're okay, Gladius. Nero says, sure, but where? Where can he go? The same things are encroaching on white countries, right? Well, I mean, oh my gosh, so you got the boss here, the Korlak Sprout. Oh, Bosco, did you hit it? Okay, Molly, you're really in the way. And then here. This is such a awkward cave. Really? There's a hole in the floor there. This cave sucks, dude. I'm not happy with this cave. Okay. Well, the thing is, there's a couple 100 million white girls. And, you know, maybe most of them aren't available right now. But, you know, there's still, theoretically, millions or tens of millions that are, like, potentials for you.
Help me mine this.
I mean, wherever they are. Wherever you think you can find them. I mean, if you think that there's 0 around you, I mean, you only need 1, right? There's 1 near you, then try her. There's 5 near you, try them. If you've exhausted your opportunities near you, then
Well done.
look elsewhere.
Mule is working again.
That's not a super sexy answer, but I think you can agree that it is basically correct. You know what I mean? Oh god, please.
Attack here.
This is a heck of a cave, I tell ya. I'm hating it. Oh god. Can I get up this way? Oh, Jesus. If I just blow out all the ground underneath it, will it die? I don't think it will. I think it'll just screw me if I do that. Oh my... And I'm getting blasted by all sorts of crap.
Fire. Have to wait for flare recharge. Attack.
Okay. This and this and this. Okay, come on, Bosco. Shoot that.
Preserve your bullets.
Dude, this is the worst Korlak Sprout of my life. I mean, I might win, so it's probably not the worst, because I have lost to him before.
Bum, bum, bum.
Come on, Bosco. Okay, freeze that. Kill this. Is it healing anywhere else? No? Oh, here we go. This thing is insane. Nero says that he has the family documents to get Italian citizenship and has been trying for a decade but still no passport. Well, you can always go visit, right? You go visit, maybe you'll find a woman. And if you find a woman, maybe could become easier to get Italian citizenship. I mean, things are bad everywhere, right? You know it, I know it, right? Like, things are going in the wrong direction. So are you gonna use that as your excuse to not do the things that you want to do and think you should do and all that? Like, is that what we're at? And this is not just pointing at, like, this is not like just hitting you, Nero. This is like all of us, like collectively. Like, so things are bad, so now we give up, right? Is that the conclusion that some of us come to? It definitely is. Some of us are like using the fact that things are bad as the excuse not to do anything. As the excuse not to do the things that we think we should do. You know, on Twitter today, no, yesterday, I was talking about fertility rates dropping, and it's a proof that the modern human environment is like harmful to humans. And I did say ultimately at the end of that, you know, I wanted to make sure that that wasn't going to be used as an excuse by the people who read it. You know, I said, do you want to win? Then you got to breed, right? Because this is a dark age, right? There, to some extent, like what we see going on in the world, we hate. We think it's really harmful and bad. It's somewhat of a dark age, right? So the reality is a lot of people, a lot of genetics are going to die off in this dark age, right? And it's either going to be yours or theirs. Okay. You have the people who are going to inherit the galaxy. And then you have everyone who's going to die in this dark age. So either it's going to be your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren inheriting it, or you're going to die, or someone else's. So, like, what would you prefer? And I mean, if you come to me asking for permission to miscegenate, then I'm not really super interested in that topic.
Rock seriously need to invest in some better equipment.
Look at all those loot bugs.
Took out a loot bug. We fight for rock and stone. Depositing.
Uh-oh. Ding. Look at that.
Fleet down.
Bam. Did I get them all? Let me take a look. Oh yeah, so whenever you kill the Tyrant, you always... Look on this side. Tyrant Shard 3. There's always 3 Tyrant Shards. How many? Okay, I'm good on Nitra. I'm good on everything. Okay, Bosco, get that. I'm gonna go back to the drop pod. Hopefully 3 fleas will walk by. Or fly by at some point.
Remember, you can always deposit on the side of the drop pod.
Gosh. A lot of things around.
I popped the loot pump. Let's get the minerals.
Alright.
Need to get more
All mules secured. Now to get the pod.
Let's take a look
running.
at chat
First,
here.
Establishing a proper connection between the pod and the space rig. Set up the uplink.
Magma says, Embargo, how do I get a wife? It's snowing and I'm cold. Oh, well, now that's a predicament. Ask her if she's cold. Ask if she needs to warm up. Tell her you can help. I mean, since we're talking about it, I mean, the only thing I can say, first off, if you haven't reached out to people in your own social circles, right? Like, there are people you like in this world, hopefully. Like, good people. People at your church. People at, your work. People in your family. Maybe they can introduce you to other good people. It's always the first sort of line of attack. Because after all, even she's still interested even if you're cold, I'm sure. Let's see here. Rub-a-Dub says, Embargo, have you ever watched DNSL? Your voice kind of reminds me of his. I don't know who that is. Or at least I don't recall based off of the acronym. Patricia says, whoops. Patricia says, Mestizo chicks can be cute because of Euro admixture. Yeah. Nero says he's gonna not do anything, but eat Doritos and watch Netflix while making mestizo children with a Peruvian woman. Well, I mean, you know. Let me scroll through the chat here. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Triangulation at 50%.
Okay. I gotta look for a flea, too. We need one flea to just fly by at some point. Because that'll be my secondary mission objective. You see in the upper right? There's an exterminate fester flea.
Triangulation at 75%.
So if a little glowing flea comes by... It's not these. Nero's favorite thing in the world.
I ask the questions around here.
Alright. That's one little stage done. Last couple things coming up. Oh wow. Wow, look at this pod. It's the fuel cell is right next to the pod. This, so it sends down this fuel cell, and then you connect it to the pod. Just like that. And a lot of the times it'll put the fuel cell like over there, or like, it'll like have some giant cavern down there, and it'll stick it way down there. It can do really awful things with the fuel cell sometimes. Let me just take a quick look around. Would like to see a fester flea. Or hear one. They make a... I don't know what they sound like. I mean, they sound like a bug. Sound like a cricket or something. Cicada. Oh! Okay, there's a chest in here, or the box. That being said, I don't need the box for cosmetics anymore. Oh, goop. I don't know where the box is, though.
Mine it.
Oh, here's the box. The other... So the way it works in this game is, here's your cargo crate.
Come here.
Here's a battery pack. It needs a second battery pack. The battery packs spawn, as far as I can tell, within a close-ish distance horizontally. So it could be further vertically. So I think it might be directly below. Although I'm not hearing anything, and they do make a noise. Oh! I'm hearing something. Yep, I'm hearing it. I just need to dig this in a way where I can get back in it easily. There it is. Look at that. Just as predicted. Just as predicted. Bosco? Get that for me. Come on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Rubadub says, DNSL, American Rental Problem. If you get the time to watch it, it's pretty funny, but perfectly sums up anti-white thoughts in their purest, unfiltered form. Not him, but the people he's interacting with. Yeah, I haven't... Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. I'll search it up after the stream's over. DNSL. Huh. So, come back, you. Boink. Obviously, it was empty for me, right? Because I have everything already.
Bosco, what is we rock?
But I did get all the minerals. So, it's kind of worth it. Let me make a note of this, too, by the way. One second. DNSL? DNSL. I'll search that up after the stream. Victorian says millions of white girls. Well, yeah, there's a lot of them out there, right? Patricia says, you guys like tea? He recently he got really into whole tea leaves. Or whole leaf teas, rather. Whole leaf teas. I'm not a big tea person. I mean, tea's alright. I'd sooner drink coffee than tea. Patricia says he can now celebrate tea time with a whole pot of high-quality tea. Very rewarding. Nero says he likes matcha. Oh, God. I hate that stuff. That's like the worst tea. So I remember years ago... You know, I remember my first tea ceremony in Japan. I'm like, hey, this is neat. Tea ceremony. Traditional sort of thing. Part of the culture. And then I tried the tea, and it's just like, bleh. They have that really sort of bitter, gross tea and that super hyper sweet candy that they eat with it. Manju, right? And it's so sweet, a lot of people don't like it, but it's there to sort of deal with the bitterness of their tea. I mean, it's just, doesn't strike me as my, I just don't like it. Ando says he used to drink, oh, well, okay. Ando says, he used to drink Snapple sweetened teas, but it was too much sugar and made his eye twitch. Yeah, well, modern sugar waters. I'm definitely, when I do drink tea, I drink iced tea. And I'm from the north, So iced tea means cold tea. And I do drink it. I do like it. I do like iced tea. But I don't like southern sweet tea. Sweet tea is too sweet. I mean, it's just... It's like tea and Kool-Aid had a baby, and it's like worse than either of the two originally. I just hate sweet tea. So if you catch me drinking tea, it's never hot tea, right? And that's what I was thinking of when you were saying tea. I don't drink hot tea. If I'm drinking something like that, it's probably coffee. Uh-oh.
Pod reactor spooling up.
Get out of here, you. Jeez. But yeah, if I'm drinking tea, it's definitely iced tea. No sweet tea.
Onboard mainframe booting. Calculating orbital trajectory.
Johnny 5K says darker teas are not that bitter. Well, matcha's not even dark, really, right? But it is gross.
Powering radiation shielding.
Patricia says bitter is okay. He hates the grassy flavor. Yeah. Ando says he drinks iced tea as well. Yeah.
Ecom operational.
Patricia says he likes the chai latte. Yeah, I'm not big on that. Patricia says, like, Indian-style milk tea. Yeah, I'm not... When I was in India, they offered me a coffee that had, like, water buffalo milk in it. And that was really good. Like, oh, man. I loved that. I mean, then again, that is the coffee, right? I'm much more coffee than tea.
Get on board, we're leaving with or without you. Retrieving escape pod.
Rubadub says he appreciates me. Well, I appreciate you appreciating me. Well, thanks for showing up to my streams, Rubadub. I appreciate it. So Nero says, darker teas are not that bitter. More tea leaf and less time in hot water. Patricia says, never left my continent. I don't know, water buffalo milk sounds gross. It's good.
Assignment mission completed.
Well, I mean, face it, milk... This is... I mean, I have tried milk of only a few animals. But so far, it's all been good. I've had cow milk, like that. Goat milk, like that. Water buffalo, all right, that's good. Human, I don't remember it, but I know as a baby, as a baby, I think I also liked that. I haven't had it anytime recently. I think milk is probably just good overall. I mean, if you were to try all of the milks, would any of them be really bad? Maybe. You know, rat milk. That's what they had on The Simpsons, if you guys remember that. That's an ancient episode where the rats were being milked to make mulk, I believe. Spencer says the older Japanese general I knew had the tea you're talking about without the candy. Yeah, without the manju. Well, the candy is so obnoxiously sweet. Some of the people who like the tea just still won't go with the candy, right? In fact, let me bring this up. I think there's like a... Oh, so let me Google this. I think, there's like a child's book or something in Japan. It's like, I hate manju, right? Manju being, that super sweet candy that goes with the tea. I forget how it goes, but I remember I hate manju being like a thing when I was over there. Like, I hate manju. I think it was a children's book. Second Hat says he drank a lot of milk when he was younger. My mother said that's why I grew to be 190 centimeters tall, taller than both his parents by over a head. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like nutrition matters for height, for sure. Once you're nutritionally adequate, then height differences become genetic differences. But if they had any sort of nutritional deficiencies and you don't, then you're reaching your genetic potential when they didn't. Patricia says, I don't know, maybe rat milk is lit. I mean, it's possible. Spencer says his mom had goat's milk. It was right from the goat. She didn't like it. I don't know if I've ever drank milk right from an animal. Again, other than as a baby. But I think a lot of drinks are different, hot and cold, and obviously if you're drinking it right out of an animal, it's around 100 degrees Fahrenheit, right? The inside of most mammals is somewhere around 100 degrees, which is like, this is when they created the Fahrenheit scale. The intention, I believe, was to put blood temperature at 100, right? That was the original idea. There was some miscalculations. That's how we ended up with it at 98.6. I believe that's the correct story. I might be telling tales out of school here. KNat says, does anyone remember what human milk is like? I mean, I certainly don't. I mean, I assumed I must have liked it, because that's all I had day after day as an infant. But, I mean, it can't be. So, like, I've had cow and milk, and cow and goat, rather, and buffalo. And each are different, but they're all still obviously milk, right? So I assume that all mammal milks probably taste like, have a foundational sort of milk aspect to them, and then each is slightly different from there. All right, dear. Well, maybe what I'll do is absolutely blitz a mission as fast as possible. No. I need a 7 gem. Yeah. 7 gem. I'm gonna go as fast as humanly possible here. And this will be it for today. Remember, tomorrow is the Sandshrew Community Day in Pokemon Go. So it's gonna be a good day to get a lot of walking in. It's a quarter egg hatch distance. So if you walk like 20 kilometers tomorrow, let's see here. If you have like 2 incubators, you can hatch like 13 eggs. So you could, if you had all 12-kilometer eggs, you could hatch them all by walking 20 kilometers. Maybe not. Yeah, I think you can. Nero says whale milk is where it's at. Oh. Nero says, my entrepreneurial dream is to create a dairy operation in which we milk whales. I visualize a few dozen 100-feet poles with a... Yeah, well, I mean... You go for it, dude. I feel like... in some bizarro world, you know, you have like the media and the hyper rich talking about like, well, let's make labs where we have human meat and we serve human meat in our restaurants. Like, you've seen that kind of insanity, right? I feel like whale milk is somewhere along that same vein, isn't it? Oh, come on. Okay, this is a slow start to this. This is supposed to be a blitz, and I'm already slow. Problem is, this is the biggest, most obnoxious cave layout for what I'm trying to do. And let me get up here. Is there nothing over here? Oh my god. Really? Okay. This is an awful layout for me.
Flares recharging.
And of course I'm out of flares. Jeez Louise. Oh my god, they must all be on the other end of the cave. Oh, and there's those things. Okay. Excuse me. Whoop. This is... So, like, this whole end of the cave has no quarks in it. What is this? Is there a tunnel above me? I've been in there, haven't I? Okay, and then this way. Oh, there's one. Bosco, drop that. Go there. Oh my god, more stabber vines.
I hate doors.
Ooh, here's one.
Explosive spikes.
And of course it's all full of roots. Oh no, missed it. Well, I can leave that one there for a second. Look at this. I can't even get up on that ramp. This is the slowest blitz of your life. My life, your life, everyone's life. Alright. Bosco? Give me the rock.
Come here.
Now, if only... Okay, you get...
Me with the minerals here.
Yeah, you grab that. I'll grab this stupid one down here.
Ouch.
Nero wants to make whale cheese? Hmm. KNAT says, yeah, well, a quark speedrun in this particular biome, a little rough, but, I mean, I don't think the biome is most of the problem here.
The swarm's here.
Oh, see, look at all these quarks over here. It's all on this side. Okay, Bosco, you get that one. I'm gonna blow up this one, and then we'll leave. If I had just run this way first, like, we'd be done by now. We'd be in the drop pod, or on the way. I mean, we wouldn't be in it, but we would have launched the missile filled with the quarks.
I'm doing my part.
And I'd also have a lot more gas for my drills. Oh my god, Bosco, you are the slowest in the world. How soon can I... Okay.
I need you here.
Yes, just barely got that.
Exemplary work. You've achieved your
Launch the
objective in
rocket.
time. Launch the minehead, and we'll send in the escape can. Minehead launched. Escape pod will arrive when minehead has been secured. Hang in there.
So now this part, I can't speed up, right? So I have to wait 2 minutes. How far am I in right now? 6 minutes. Yeah, I could probably be like a minute or 2 minutes faster, or some, like a lot faster. Maybe 3 minutes. I don't know. If I had not gone the wrong way. the thing is, Western cows, right? Like Jersey cows and Holstein cows are really, really, really efficient milk makers, right? I know, like, when it comes to, like, the carbon footprint of dairy cows, the ones in India, those Zebu cows or something, like, their carbon footprint is supposedly something like 10 times worse or something. Oh. Like, what you have to feed and how you have to take care of and all the stuff that goes into their cows, you get so much less milk out of them. Ours are just so especially good. And for the most part, we can thank our ancestors for that, right? I mean, they just put a lot of work into making good cows. Gladius says, have you played something from the Warhammer 40k universe? I played one of their games once. I have some... I painted some, guys. I could probably find those. Post a picture on Twitter or something. Because I did paint some of their little guys. I've painted a lot of miniatures and whatnot for Dungeons and Dragons games and whatever. And I got my hands on some, like, Chaos Space Marine dudes. They got, like, jetpacks. And I made some of those. Hello. Let me in. Okay, so 8 minutes and 20 seconds. That was a very, very slow blitz. Well, I'm not going to post... Where else would I post the images, Patricius? Let me see. Where are those guys? Are those in the room? I don't know where they are. Oh, God. They might be in a storage locker. I might have a picture of them saved. But, yeah. KNAT says, our children will be thankful for ancestor Nero, who quadrupled the milk efficiency of whales. I doubt whales get anywhere close to the efficiency of cows, though. You probably have to, like, dectuple it, and it would be, like, not as good as the Indian cows. The Zebus. Well, I mean, you don't have to join Twitter just to see if I post pictures on there. Oh, God, you guys. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I post... That's not a lot. Some of the things that I post on Twitter go to my Gab and my Telegram. Right? You have those, right? Slut says, what are performance points? Is that this? I assume? Is that what we were looking at? So this is the season. This is Season 1, Rival Incursion. So in other games, they have a battle pass, right? And you buy this battle pass and you get this, like, seasonal thing. It's a way of content release and of monetization. That being said, in Deep Rock Galactic, they gave you daily challenges. They gave you this this performance point thing, seasonal event bonuses, and this whole cosmetic tree that you unlock as you go through everything, and the battle pass is free, right? Everyone gets this. Everyone gets this whole thing for free. You get all the stuff. The only thing that they did is they also introduced a rival tech pack that you can buy for $5 or something, right? So they added, you know, a bunch of stuff to the game, and like 95% of it everyone gets. They also added a new mission type, this industrial sabotage mission type, and they added a new main weapon for each class, the corrosive sludge pump for the driller, the Loki smart rifle, or Lock 1 smart rifle for the engineer, hurricane guided rocket system for the gunner and the plasma carbine for the scout, everyone gets all that for free. And then they created also a small pack that you could buy on the side to support them. So overall, I like this developer. They seem to actually respect the players and the players' time, and you know, they're not here making loot boxes to try and like tap into reward cycles to get people addicted to pseudo gambling, right? Instead, it's just like they seem to be focused on making a good, fun game and hoping that people will choose to throw them $5 every once in a while, or however much this is, just out of their own appreciation for everything these people have created. Patricia says, I don't get why so many people bother with Twitter. Well, I think I have now I have about as many Twitter followers as I do YouTube subscribers, right? So I don't know. I can get potentially more engagement writing tweets than YouTube. And I know engagement is like this gamified concept for social media, right? But the reality is sometimes I'm able to create things that strike a chord with people. Like I've been able to create images of like mass shooters, like year-to-date mass shooters and stuff like that, and been retweeted by Michelle Malkin to like 100,000 people on Twitter. You know, I make a YouTube video and it goes just to us. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying you have to be on Twitter. KNet says, well, he likes the city builder streams. I was thinking about doing a different city builder today. I decided to Deep Rock. I will be doing more city builder streams in the future, though. I'll do some city skylines and SimCity 4, and I might try some other SimCities. Some of you never experienced the older SimCities, and I might need to clue you in. We might be able to build some cool cities in the SimCities and Sim Tower. Oh, God, Sim Tower. That was one of my favorites, too, as a kid. All right. Well, I think that's about it for me today. I gotta mentally prepare myself. Tomorrow I will be doing my normal stream, but also it's Community Day in Pokemon Go, so I have a lot of stuff to do. The Sandshrew Community Day. Mr. Gladius says, I hope you... He wants me to play Fear. Fear, F-E-A-R. I don't think I have that game. Let me take a look here. F? No, I don't have that game. Is this a scary game? Is this a horror game? Because I don't really play horror games. I don't really like being scared. And I hate jump scares, right? Like psychologically sort of anxiety horror is intense, but I can do it. But I don't just like games that startle you, right? That's a bad feeling. Being scared is all right, but just being like startled and crap jumping at your face, right? I'm not big on that. Okay. I mean, I'll look into Fear, and I'm also going to have to look into DNSL and see how that is. All right. Ugh, gosh. Spencer says they eat whales in Japan? Yeah. I asked about that the last time I was there, and the person who I spoke to about it said that it reminded them a lot of beef, so I haven't had whale. I didn't, like, try and get someone when I was there either time. So, that being said, red meat mammal, right? Like a cow, in a way. Probably not super duper different. But anyway, that's about it for today. If you're on stream tomorrow, then I'll see you tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, then have a good weekend. Peace out, everybody. Have a good one.